She's faced the hardest times you could imagine, and many times her eyes fall back to tears. Lord, Lord. And when her youthful world was about to fall, climb her slender shoulders for the weight of all her fears, and a silent no one hears still rings in midnight silence in her ear. Let her cry, for she's a lady. Let her dream, for she is God's child. Child, let the rain fall down upon her. She's a sweet and gentle flower blowing wild. And if by chance I should pick her, let me pick her for all time. 'Cause if allowed just one possession, I would pick her from the garden to be mine. Excuse me. I got a little carried away. Excuse me. Hey, peoples, how y'all doing? All these lovely darlings, how y'all doing? Hey, Bonafide, you both properly analyzed. I'm cemented and I'm back. I'm back. Well, we've had allowed enough morning time now. It's time to get back to business. We got to go over this Miss Cemented, right? Hi, Just Coolin', Tanya B, Kimberly White, hi, here, Prima Wanda, Mocha Drop, Sandra, hi, Sandra Rose, Angie Dickerson. How's everybody on this morning? What is the day? Is it Wednesday or Thursday? I don't know. Anyway, whatever day it is. I believe it's Wednesday morning. I don't know. Sometimes I get, whatever. Good morning. Hey, Cheryl Burnett. I am Mrs. Ricks. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? We want to talk about this lady. They're properly bona fide, right? Now, sometimes people will say things to me that are insulting to me, and somehow or other, I will remember them. It sticks to me, right? So a while ago, when Miss Bonafide thought she was coming for me, she suggested that based on a paragraph in my memoir written 18 years ago, I suggested that my mother had married a man who'd become abusive. Oh, she thought that was hysterical. My mother had married a man who had become, we're talking about in the 1950s. That's before most of you were even born, right? I was born in 58. So this, she married this monster a year later, and then they were broken up by the time I was 6 years old, right? So she thought that was hysterical. And she said that I should have took my 6-year-old ass up and beat the man up, kick him in his ass or whatever for abusing my mother, right? Well, my mother did what was right. She packed her shit and we left. We left San Francisco, where I happen to live right now. She did what she had to do. It is not an unusual story, right? Where these men become abusive to women. Well, she went on like she didn't have no idea. Oh my God! Oh, your mama getting her ass beat. Your mom. She thought that was so amusing. And I'm trying to think, are you a woman? Girl, you are a woman. I assume you were born a woman. But you thought that was so amusing, right? And so then at that time, I suggested to you, well, Chelsea, or properly bona fide, I noticed that you have taken video of you in the gym and you're punching the medicine bag. You're punching it with fury, right? Now, why is a woman in a man's gym punching a medicine ball, like punching imaginary men? Why would you do that? As far as an exercise routine, you were kicking the bag, socking it in his stomach, socking it in his head. And what I suggested to you, Chelsea, I said that, well, it seems to me that if a woman is doing that, somebody somewhere has put hands on you. right? And so you, of course, you denied that. You know, whatever. She denies everything, right? Just like we caught her a couple months ago before the tragedy in her family, we caught her lying and saying that, talking shit about people who get public assistance, people who get food stamps and all. Then when she's running their mouth, just like my friend Eddie said, just let them keep on talking. She had admitted that she spent a good part of her 20s on welfare, on food stamps, on Section 8, on medical. She was getting everything from the government, right? So then she turned her vigor onto other people who are, or whatever phase they are in their life. And I say this, that was hypocrisy, right? So now what I see this morning, I want to share y'all this story, right? So she has never been touched. She's just an athletic woman, right? And she don't know nothing about no domestic violence, right? And it's amusing and laughable to her, right? Okay. If you let people keep talking, they will hang their own self. So let's see. Chelsea wants to tell us a story. Okay. Come on, tell the story.
I told the story before. Me and my baby daddy got in a big old fight. And we was arguing. I turned my back, and he kicked me in my back into the Christmas tree. It was crazy. Well, I tell you, they called the police on us that day. That was out of control. And so I was just like, we fighting, baby. And so, what was I gonna say? And I think, see, this is the thing. You know, remember when you was growing up and your parents would say, just whoop their tail one time, and they gon' know. Just let them know one time. Do you know how many times me and my baby dad didn't got in a fight?
Wait a minute, how many times? Hold on, wait a minute.
Gouges out his head, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Notice now, she never considers this domestic violence. She said we were fighting, the police would call on us, I whipped his ass and all this kind of stuff, right? So she's a woman prone to violence herself, correct? But the fact is, when the police are called, they come for the man, right? Now, I've heard of these kind of broads who want to beat the husband up and all that. But she says all the time they were fighting. And this man kicked her, drop kicked her so hard into the family Christmas tree. Do you know how? Well, let's let her finish some more. But she don't know nothing about domestic violence, she say.
What? I'll just beat their tail one time, they gonna know.
She wants to whoop men.
Sometimes you gotta, because niggas will keep trying you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, keep trying you. But anyway, and this was the last day, right? This was the last, like, physical fight right here. Because, baby, that into the Christmas tree was too much for me. Ooh, baby, that into the Christmas tree, it was crazy, baby. It was picking up tables, going across that Negro head, baby. Ooh-wee.
She's trying to make it sound like she is the aggressor.
I don't even want to keep talking about that one. That one was out of control. So I'm getting back to beach. So a couple weeks later, maybe a week later, I go home, because this is when I was up in college.
This is where it gets good.
I go home, and I asked my mom to scratch my back, and my mama scratched my back. And she's like, girl, what is this on your back? It looks like an imprint. I was like, what you mean? And it had a P, an O, and an L. It was just missing the O. Girl, when my daddy heard that, I'm going to let that alone, baby. My daddy was like, what? I said, I already whooped his tail. You go look at him. You should see the other guy. My daddy said he didn't care what that Negro looked like. So if she got stomped out like she said, I'm a witness, then she probably did have a blueprint. But did they? But
okay, Chelsea. You still seem to have a lightness in your commentary there. But this woman says that she was fighting with her baby daddy on a regular basis. And at one point, he kicked her in her back so hard that he left a polo print in her back. Now, where the humor in that is, and she says she beat him with chairs and all that. How do you define domestic violence, Chelsea? Even if he was just laying there letting you beat him with chairs and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't sound like it. Anytime you drop kick somebody into a goddamn Christmas tree, girl, it doesn't sound like he's in fear for his life, right? It is in your back. But my point is, Chelsea, just like we caught you with the welfare, they just keep on saying you was a lazy woman and did not love your children. You had to divorce him. So we understand, Chelsea, also in this story, that this could possibly be the reason you are still a thirsty, hungry, single woman. Now, we know probably a good part or most of us are single at this age, right? But you in particular, you are constantly talking about these men, you know, you're constantly going to the club, trying to meet somebody, and you're trying to have these relationships that never work. Is it because, girl, you are a wild woman? Or is it because the man was beating your ass? All these things that you have criticized myself and other people who have shared their real life experience, you seem to have experienced the same things. But for you in your brain, you twist it. Us. I beat his ass with a chair. I beat him with, so what? He's just lying there just getting beat up with chairs. You are a lying woman. I would say that those are deliberate lies. I would say that is denial. Your relationships were violent. That's why you ended up breaking them up, right? And that's why you were down at the gym doing self-defense courses and beating up on imaginary men. Correct? Am I right or am I wrong? So when you said that it was so amusing that my mother was victimized by some nigga in the 50s, girl, what is the amusement in the goddamn, what kind of relationships are you having, Chelsea, is the issue, girl? Is that what the man is under? Are you constantly challenging these men and their masculinity until they jump on you? Because that's what it sounds like, girl. It sounds like you're challenging him. Your mama told you to beat him, kick his ass one time. How a mother gonna tell her child to kick some man's ass? And you've been out here fighting with men ever since, girl. You've been fighting with them verbally, physically. You are incapable of having a loving relationship, right? Because you want world dominance. Anyway, I thought the story was fascinating. I said, girl, aren't you the same one? They say you never experienced any of these things. You never, whatever. How y'all doing today? Yeah, we've laid off Miss Chelsea long enough. But as my friend Eddie told me, if you let these people keep on talking, you realize that ain't nobody better than shit. Ain't nobody holy but God. Jesus the Christ, that's holiness. 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 What we long for. Mm-hmm. I was just in church doing church plays. Hi, Tony. Hi, she said, hey, beautiful people. Howdy from Sacramento. Is raining there? Let me see. No, it's not raining right now, but it's overcast. Sacramento's only, what is it, 2 hours away? But hour and a half. It's going to rain, looks like. It's overcast. They need to wash this damn, like Prince says, this place needs an enema. They got to wash down the streets. Nature has to wash down the streets here, honey. We got all kind of issues. I didn't know, I'm not in no YouTube mess, but I do want to point out when I catch her in her hypocrisy, right? I knew it was strange the way she, and Chelsea, listen to me. Chelsea, I know you're watching. Listen to me. Stop making these videos in restaurants, girl, talking about how you eating the salad. If you want to eat a salad, pick up a head of lettuce, girl, and one tomato, one small tomato. You're constantly going to your restaurant. You think it's high living. Girl, we're watching you gorge yourself. Chelsea, you have to, at some point, move away from the table. That's it, honey. So it's not an issue that you gained some weight. You said you gained 50 pounds in this same video. You gained 50 pounds. The people at your job had not seen you in a while because you're barely in. That would suggest that you're working from home, which seems to be the current thing. But I'm going to ask you a question about why are you, an engineer, putting on a name tag to go to work? I think that's strange. I've never seen an engineer, an attorney, doctors wear them. But if you're the engineer, you're barely in office, why are you wearing a name tag? Wouldn't you be like the boss, one of the bosses, girl? They don't wear name tags. Those are for employees, honey. So there's many questions with Chelsea, as usual. And she's going to deny everything, and everything's a joke, right? And she's doing fabulous. She's just like Jay Wilson. Speaking of Jay Wilson, how's he doing, girls? Girls and boys? That men like feminine women. I agree, honey. She wants the challenge. Come on, nigga. Come on. I said, girl. Baby. I want something nice and soft. Make me feel like a man. If I was your woman and you was my man, I'll punch you in your goddamn grill. So she put on all of her war paint now, going to work and putting on her name tag and things. Yeah. Probably nothing is more freeing than actually being truthful. Be honest, girl. You say, you know what? I understand a lot of things. I've had a lot of life experience. You want to deny all the terrible things, girl, and only lay claim to what you consider to be the successes. Let's see what you got. Anything else?
And then when the fact that my mama could make out a little trace of a P, O, and an L, I'm wondering, could they really make out that Negro footprint like she said? You know what I'm saying, y'all? Let's talk about it. I was like, I didn't see it. Y'all might not have went through that type of trauma. I have. Okay.
Oh, you been through trauma? Oh, really?
So, and my mama saw the P, the O to the L. Okay. So the investigators saw those squiggly marks in the signs.
Girl, they saw the P to the L. That sounds more like a stomp, like your husband stomped you. All right? As opposed to kicking you. I don't think you kick a person and you leave a imprint of the shoe on your back. Now, I watch a lot of true life dramas, and I know people are capable of all kinds of horrible violence and so forth. But I ain't never seen, on all the investigations, I ain't never seen nobody kick somebody and leave an imprint on their back. To leave an imprint, he would have to have stomped you. And this speaks to your denial. And it says that domestic violence is never a funny thing, right? It sounds like you are no much better shape than my mama, except for you want to prolong the violence, girl. You say you've beaten the man with chair legs, girl. You act like you had these loving relationship, girl. You have to start looking at some of these things, Chelsea, because time's running out, honey. Time is running out, and you're still on the beat trying to find you a man. You got to stop challenging all these men, girl. You have to get a hold on the eating. But you got to make a person, I don't know. I'm not a heterosexual man. I don't know. If I was heterosexual, I don't think I would want to be with another man. I'm just saying. If I'm attracted to the feminine, I would prefer the femininity. Hey, Bonafide, girls both properly and alive. When she was in that gym, girl, the gym, they showed the floor she was working on, right? Nothing but big, burly, hairy-ass men in the gym on the floor she was on. She went to the men's floor, right? And she just punching it. Come on, motherfucker. Bam! And she hit him on the head. I said, ooh. Stop lying, Miss Chelsea. You ain't no different than nobody else, honey. We all done encountered these monsters, girl. It's not unusual that you would encounter somebody with your personality, especially. Excuse me, I can open the window. It's still muggy in here. That's it. The train is not running right now. Not too bad. Whew. See, the subway is not too bad at this time of day. But in the morning, if I try to record in the morning and it's burning up hot, I can't hear nothing. I sit right on top of the damn Muni. You hear it? So it's busy in the morning and it's busy in the evening when people are coming back from work. A lot of people in San Francisco, they don't drive downtown. Most streets downtown are one-way streets, and a lot of them are blocked off. They're trying to close off Market Street altogether, right? So they'll drive their car only so far, and then they still have to get on the train to get downtown to go to work. Another thing I've noticed is there are not so many people taking the train in the morning, right? Which would imply that a lot of people are working from home. They're not going into the downtown area. We have 30% vacancy. All the tall buildings you see in San Francisco, they're 30% vacant. Mm-hmm. So the new plan, wait a minute, if you kick your man's ass, then he wasn't a man. How are you going to just face you? You sit down for breakfast and things after you done beat him with chair legs and things, girl. You emasculate men. I've told you that from the beginning, right? I think you need to address some of your issues because you're desperate for a man, but you really don't know how to have a man. Stop competing with him, honey, right? Let him walk around with his chest out a little bit sometimes. Tell him that he's the head of the household. That would be very hard for you. Tell that man he's the head of the household. Yeah, baby. I mean, you ain't got to be submissive and subservient to the dude, right? But don't clip his balls off, girl. And your mama told you to kick his ass one time. Girl, oh, I shouldn't say mama stuff. But those polo boots were heavy too. Ooh, the polo boots was heavy. Girl. If he have left a lasting print where your mama could see it several days later, girl, in your back, and you can actually read the letters, he stumped you. He stumped you into that Christmas tree, girl. He did one of them, Kataya! wait, I ain't gonna do it. Because y'all gonna think I'm making fun of domestic violence, which I know it ain't nothing funny about it, honey. That was my point from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Gotta catch it. Replay. She happy about it too, child. About how I kicked his ass. And then you drink too. Mm-mm. I love working from home. I bet you do, girl. I love it too. My sister just retired from her job. She had a very good job. She was at, I think, 30 years, something like that. But she didn't like the job, so she finally retired. So now she got a whole new career. I think she's 50, 52, 53. She retired from one job, and now she got a whole new career, and it's all 100% from home. That might be the future, honey. A lot of people moved out of San Francisco. They say, why in the hell am I sitting up here paying $3,000 and $4,000 for a one-bedroom apartment when I can go and live somewhere else in Ohio some damn where, child, and do the same job online? So a lot of people that I can live in a studio here, or I can go and buy myself a house out in some other, and still do the same work. So seems like to be the direction we're moving in. Work from home. This is my work right here, honey. I work 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day, 4 days a week. You wish you could retire? Well, time is coming, honey. Time is coming. Build up that Social Security, baby. Mm. Won't have the stress of having to get up and show up. That part had a lot of holes there. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see what y'all say, child. Y'all observe as well. Kareem kicked his footprint on Bruce Lee's chest. Wait a minute. It was called The Game of Death. PDP. Only time I seen that is when Kareem kicked his footprint on Bruce Lee's chest. Oh, that's a lot to kick Bruce Lee like that, honey. The directors must have told him to lay down. Take this. In the game of death. Mm-mm. If it's gotten that far, and she says it happens all the time, girl. She's lived in domestic violence. I mean, domestic violent home. Had to be. So the man finally said, "No, enough. I'm going to kill you, or you going to kill me, honey." What you say? You want some of this? Lady. What's wrong? You're my lady. Hi, Tracy. How you doing? I'm glad you think you worked the things out with your friend. What was her announcement? That she was she's a victim and a participant in domestic violence. She seemed to present that she never experienced such things, right? It was always a mystery why she put so much time into self-defense, right? And beating up imaginary men. And now we let her talk. She keeps on talking. And now I just personally thought it was funny because she made such a deal out of my mother getting her ass kicked back in the 50s. So you know what it was. All that time, you know exactly what it was about, Miss Properly Bonafide. You also know what it was like to get welfare. You know what it's like to get food stamps. You know what it's like to have a child and have it paid for. You know a lot more than you put on, Miss Chelsea. You just want to be an engineer. Now, they put I don't know, do engineers put tags? Why would you put a tag on your clothes, honey? You're supposed to be in management, upper management, I would imagine, if you're the engineer. But that's what she was doing on her way to work. My daughter works from work. Wait a minute. My daughter works from home and can live anywhere. It's a blessing, honey. Do you know those people who make a lot of money, they actually live out there in the Caribbean and on these islands and stuff. You can buy a big old house, for a fraction of what it is here. And as long as they have good Wi-Fi, they can be anywhere, right? They can travel. Just have it as long as they got a laptop and Wi-Fi. But it seems like a lot of these businesses now are wanting people to come back to work. This Elon Musk, he's pushing people to come back to work. They want it because it kills the cities. If everybody's working from home, I mean, there's no need for retail. Our downtown area is dead as a doorknob. Nobody down there because there's no foot traffic, right? You can't have a Starbucks if nobody's walking on the street, because they're not there. They're working from home. So yeah, we're going through transition here. But this city, like most cities, have been through many transitions. We got to pray for our mayor, Miss London Breed, our African-American woman mayor. Aren't y'all proud of how many African-American mayors there are? There are many of them, honey, in major cities. But I don't think they're going home and beating their husband with chair legs, Miss Properly Bonafide. Poor baby. She's going to have a hard time because their daughter's about to leave. She's going to be there all by herself, and she's going to have all those bottles. How you doing, Lady Dimples? Lady Dimples? Tracy, I know you glad they moving on somebody else, girl. You've been in the news a lot lately, honey. Let them move on. Talk about something else, girl. Shit. Could you please get out my ass? Let me breathe, honey. Yeah, they move. This guy, I've been covering this story a little bit. I mean, there are hundreds of people covering it. With DJ Envy and this dude. Well, I forgot his name already. Cesar Pina. He came on last night, right? You can still go, if you go to Tony the Closer, you'll still see this interview. He posted it. But he came on to tell his side of the story, right? Looked like a gentle bear, right? I don't know. DJ Envy seems to be more of the aggressor, actually, at least as far as their promotion and so forth. So we keep an eye on that. But apparently he came against his attorney's advice and told his side of the story. There were several admissions in there, which could be harmful. I forget what they are. I wrote them down. I have to watch it again. But one of the things he's saying he's going to pay everybody back, right? Anybody he owes money to, he's going to pay back. And then at the end of the sentence, he's saying that he's also going through bankruptcy. Well, bankruptcy means you're not going to pay them back. If you can accumulate all this debt and then file bankruptcy, you ain't paying nobody back. But he's got his hands full. We'll see. We'll see if money gets him out of it. If money could save OJ, don't be surprised. I think he's definitely going to do some time, though. He even intimated that he's going to go away, do some jail time, and he's going to come back and he's going to build it up again. That's what he thinks. Right? I would like to work 10 more years, but I'm not close to retirement age at all. How many years you got in? My sister, she's not retirement age. She's only in her 50s. And my brother-in-law works at the same place. He had a great retirement. He retired in his mid-50s. You know, you gotta find out when, because some people retire from one job, they get that whole package and then go and start a whole new career. My sister's gonna get a whole new, she's making a lot of money, put it like that. Plus, she has her retirement from there, and eventually she'll have Social Security as well. She's about 10 years away from it too. Oh, that's why she's hostile. Well, first, Tracy, she's hostile because she looked like a turtle. Now, that's not her fault, right? We can't blame a person because they look like a turtle, right? She uses. Oh, another thing that she was known for. She always criticized other people's teeth. Yet she wore braces in her 40s, girl, which means from 0 to 40, her teeth was spaced. So she comes out, oh, you got spaces in your teeth? Oh, how you think you have spaces? Girl, don't you know about it? I mean, didn't you have spaces in your teeth until your early 40s? I'm just saying. Not early 40s, mid 40s. We don't know, we never ask the ladies how old they are, but I thought Horseface came out. Ooh, who the hell is Horseface? I thought Horseface came out. Oh, Lord. No, Chelsea, when she don't got none of the war paint on, I like the little hairdo she been rocking because it shakes, But you come out of all that stuff, she looks just like a turtle. There's a certain shape to the head, is what I'm talking about. Turtle head. Turtle head broad. I haven't spoken on her because obviously of the situation with her family, but I think it's high time. It's probably a badge for the doors. A badge for the doors, but be a receptionist. Don't assume that when somebody tell you they work for a engineering firm or they got a degree in engineering that they are engineer, girl. Sometimes you'll show up on them jobs and you say, oh, that's my secretary. Everybody in there, I mean, probably got a degree, right? But they're not all engineers. Generally speaking, the boss don't wear name tags. That's for the peons or the underlings. I will have 20 years and I want to retire for good. Okay. Oh, you have 20 years in already? You doing all right? A lot of people, though, when they retire, you see how not Nancy Pelosi, the lady just died. Everybody was talking about how old she was. God damn it. There goes my brain again. Anyway, the senator from California, Dianne Feinstein. Well, we were all talking. She was in the news for about 2 years. People talking how old she was. She wouldn't leave Senate, right? She actually stayed in until she died. A lot of them senators, people love their work. They don't want to let it go. The work becomes them. They're essential to their identity. Some people retire. They don't know what the hell to do with themselves. Let me tell you, you'll find things to do, honey. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, please pick up Who Shot the Caller? That's what I started doing, writing. Keep yourself busy. Volunteer. I've volunteered for 17 years. I might find something else, but now at this point, I've just gotten comfortable. I don't know when people have time to work. Tell you the truth. Retired at 56, got a part-time, now leaving that to do Instacart. Okay. Grammy, you retired at 56. Yeah, that's still a young woman. Now you got a part-time. Now leaving that to do Instacart. What's Instacart? I don't know. Yeah. A lot of people would do stuff. You want to keep yourself busy, and it also helps your income, whatever. Social Security is supplemental income. It's got to be the whole thing. But if you have yourself 401k or retirement from your job, you know, these should be the glory years. They have to make sure you work there. That's why you need ID. Well, how long she been on the job? Damn. Link C, okay, they have to make sure you work there. So you need ID to get in the building. Isn't that usually one of those things you put on your neck, though? I guess it could be any company. You know, we don't know what the woman does. Ain't no reason she would tell us. Yeah, I know people have had these things hanging around their neck. They take it off when they get to their desk. But she has a little pin thing, like when you go to a restaurant, you know. Delivering groceries. When do you're delivering groceries? Now, a lot of those kind of jobs, though, are available. This driving Uber, and there's kind of ways you can supplement your income, right? All of these delivery services, these food people, you do a couple of deliveries a day, work whenever you want to. There are ways to make it. You can make it on YouTube. You build up a little audience that'll supplement you. Some people actually make money on here. I think it's silly for people in the beef sector to be talking about money, though. I mean, even when I was following that story about Envy, all those straight people, those straight men who have channels who I never heard of, you know, they got 600,000 subscribers. All of them got big numbers, you know, 1 million subscribers and all that. Those people could have money. Oh, speaking of money, thank you, Marguerite. Marguerite Cushing. Thank you for a super chat. Yeah, but there are people that are making a good living on here. You can find your niche, right? People talk about sports. The hip hop thing is the big deal, but there were many of those guys. All of them had over 100,000 subscribers. Over here, I think James is probably the biggest number over here, and he's only got like 40,000. But of course, we know certain people always gonna get a coin from it. I'm making all this money. Oh, I'm very lucrative. Go ahead, dear. Tell the world you trailer trash, honey. Shit. People don't consider myself. They don't consider me retired because of my line of work, shall we say? Retirement means stop working, right? It is not calculated by what you did for the last couple of years before you got to that age. It's calculated by every dime you put into Social Security since you started at 15, 16 years old, right? So essentially, everybody ends up with Social Security, right? That's one of the great things about this country. It may not be the biggest part of your income when you retire, but it certainly is something that you've earned. I have many things wonderful about my retirement, honey. I don't got to go to jail for one thing. I don't got to go to jail. I don't got to hustle, honey. I just hustle so bad till my legs gave out. Trying to stay away from trying to get over. That's what I was trying to do, y'all. Taking all that I could take, gambling with the odds of fate, trying to get over. That's hard working, baby. I don't give a damn what they say about it. That's some hard dollars. Why? You selling drugs? You selling drugs? You don't have no idea, honey, what you're putting yourself up against in that particular profession. Let me see what y'all say. Sir, I will not get no Social Security. Why won't you get it? Oh, you're not going to get it yet. Hell, you're a young woman. 12 more years until retirement for Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Sandra using the Rose as the last name. Sandra Rose. You remember that movie, Audrey Rose? Audrey Rose. She had been possessed. I think Anthony Hopkins was trying to cast out demons and things. Audrey Rose. Okay. Monsieur, I am leave because someone had tried to show me a screenshot, and I just think you were angry with me. Oh, okay. Y'all got a personal thing going. Okay. I would like to work 10 more years. Okay. What you gonna do when you get out of there, Tony? 2 more years, but not close to retirement age at all. You can also do something online. There's all kind of jobs online. If you want to, but a couple of hours. You see. Taking all that he can take. Most famous was Marion. Yeah, the most famous was Marion Barry. Who was Marion Barry? Was that a mayor? I think it was a mayor. His memory, as you get older, your memory is strange because some things I could remember. All these songs I remember from goddamn 1960s. And then some things you don't remember what the hell you had for lunch today. So I'm glad it is doing as well as it is. Be grateful, baby. Be grateful. Just be grateful. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself, baby. Some of the black mayors are a mess. What are we going back to Marion Barry? Was he the one in all the scandals? Who was the crackhead mayor? Was that who was that? These politicians. Yeah, I guess most of them have, done a few unscrupulous things just to get in office. You can't do nothing unless you get in office. Let me catch up. Mayor of Washington, D.C. That was Marion Barry? Or was he the one on crack? Yeah, one on crack and he stayed in office. Very popular mayor. They got caught in a hotel room doing drugs. Ooh, Rhonda knows the tea. Yeah, he was a very popular mayor. They got caught in a hotel doing drugs. Ooh, and with women, but people really liked him a lot. Did he stay? I think he stayed in office for a while, didn't he? He was a functioning freak. Yeah, a lot of them, they're always catching all these preachers too, are talking all that shit. They talk one way. On this side of their mouth, they say one thing, child, and then on the other side, they're fascinated by the sins. When you're talking about sin constantly, honey, make you want it. Paul said, I never even thought about sins. I do what I don't want to do. I don't even want to do no sin. That's part of being a human. God, in his infinite wisdom, has decided to give us dominion over the earth, and he wants us to have freedom of choice. So essentially, he gave us control of the planet, right? So we can use it for good or use it for bad. But he wanted us to have freedom of choice. He could have made us all look the exact same. Could have did that, But no, he's a diverse God. It's all kind of people. And even when we complain about all the horrible things going on, the wars and people in this country murdering people and stealing all this shit and all this kind of stuff, think of how many people are not on drugs. How many people are not doing crime? It is the overwhelming majority of people. So that's how I look at it. I said, don't be looking at because you got homeless people. How many people are in this city that are not homeless? The walls is closing in on Trump. He got fined another 10,000, child. Rhonda McGee, Trump, they got his ass they caught him for another 10,000, right? They put these damn gag orders on him, or partial gag orders, and he violated this one. It was he had a gag order for not talking about people who work in the courthouse. He still goes behind the scenes insulting the people who work for the courthouse, right? The judge had told him that he was not to even mention them, right? Because of the way social media works, You have all these nuts out here, and you're talking shit about these people. You could cause them harm in their personal life. It's very reasonable. But of course, he wouldn't. He hasn't been able to shut his mouth. Donald Trump, he just makes his living off of insulting people. That's how he got elected. Just get up there and insulting people. I mean, that's his primary gift. I don't know that Donald Trump even has any management skills as far as the government. How you doing, Misunderstood? They're not bothering you this week either. Y'all lucky, honey. Let it pass, baby. They move on to somebody else. Who is the latest victim? Let me do my perimeter check. Hold on a minute. Who they got on the table? Who are they serving up on today? Okay, they're still talking about envy in that situation. They're talking about that dude that came on a video last night. They're talking about Thais, his wife, regretting the divorce. That might be kind of interesting to watch. I'm going to check that out. You know, Thais is a very sensitive man. Tyrese, excuse me. I don't see none of these people, local people, okay, properly bona fide. Okay. No, that's old. Let me see. Dovey, you're moving too slow. I'll be 1-1 to CPS. Well, I don't see anything else going on here so far. We'll see who they're serving up by this afternoon. Who draws they in, whose relationship they're giving advice. They got all the advice, girl. Meanwhile, they involved with somebody who lives across town, girl. They see every 2 weeks. But they got all the relationship advice. Peoples, you can meet the love of your life anywhere. It could happen, including on Beef Sector, YouTube, social media. You might meet him in the fruit and vegetable department at Safeway. Don't close yourself off. Don't do all this bullshit about people declaring ain't no friends on YouTube, don't have no relationship here, don't do this, don't do that, don't do. Meanwhile, they ain't doing shit, right? They're hanging a husband suit on somebody. You don't know where you're going to meet a person and fall in love with him. I met the love of my life. He was so drunk. I was in a bar. We cruised each other, and he went to the back of the bar, and he had fallen down. He was going to sleep under the pool table. I said, I think he's cute, honey. I had no idea that person would be such a big part of my life. Now, he had a little too much to drink. But in the first one, I met him in the bathhouse. We met in the bathhouse, and then from the very first day, we were together. We just hung out together from the first day. So you don't know where it's going to be, honey. Don't close yourself off. There's good means everywhere and bad means everywhere. You think because you met him at the grocery store that he won't beat your ass? Lord have mercy. Thank God for Google. Check him out. Do you get you a credit report? Do you have any domestic violence in your record? Do a criminal check, honey. Go in there and you know, see if you can catch somebody. People kill me with someone. They got advice for every goddamn thing. I told you, you can't be with him. Oh, I told you. You told everybody everything, girl. Like somebody wants your fucking life. Right? Did you tell the people about college education? How did you feel when you never got to at the end of the road, end of the road? Jay Wilson, do you see all these people in this chat right now talking about retirement, girl? You have not even started on the career you're going to end up in, right? You still doing temp work. You still driving Uber cabs, girl. So we don't want your advice. How about that, Miss Thing? You said you've been with this man for 4 years. That's your partner, Yeah, you don't live together. There's no plan for any marriage. You came on here talking about you picking out rings. Well, goddamn, how long does it take after you pick out a ring, Jay Wilson? It's all bullshit. It's just like Donald Trump. You are a narcissist, girl. right? And now you done spent the money from the boat ride. So you have to concentrate on finding the next scam, right? Because you're always just right behind the mortgage, girl. When you ain't got no regular income, some of these people go every Friday, girl. They pull in $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, yeah, regularly. And nothing like a regular paycheck, Jay Wilson. You so worried about my income, nigga? Do I look uncomfortable? No degrees. Who the heck gonna listen to him? I don't know. I guess there's somebody over there, child. Somebody loves him, babe. Whoa, somebody loves him, babe. I think her name is Heidi. Somebody loves him, babe. Then there's Queen Vivian Jenkins. Whoa. Somebody. I don't know who it is. No, I don't know how them women put up with him talking about ain't no friends on YouTube. Yet Heidi, she can't wait to get her hot ass over here and defend every move he make, every step he takes, every move he makes. She is kissing asses. And then he's telling them that I ain't got no friends. I ain't no friends on YouTube. Ain't no, you say that 30 times per video. So what are you then, Heidi? What are you then, Vivian Jenkins? And all the other people who choose to stay over there and support that fool, he ain't got no humor at all. As a matter of fact, it might be getting pretty close to the end of this Jay Wilson thing, whatever you call it, girl. Because there's no commentary. All he can do is go over there. What? He got the boat ride. He bleeded that for 9 months straight, girl, for a 2-day trip. 9 months. What's next, Jay Wilson? What's your next big plan? I see Miss Heidi. Maybe you could partner with Miss Heidi. She wants to do the what's that movie? Some kind of movie. She gonna have a big event, and everybody gonna come to Atlanta, Georgia. So now, I guess she gonna figure this is in 2014, 24, she says, in next year. So when it fails, Miss Heidi, like everything else, girl, right? You done made a public fool of yourself. Yesterday, she was talking about all the people who were not invited on her, what would you call it? Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights was a movie. She got some scheme, honey. She thinks she's going to get everybody to Atlanta. They're not coming, Heidi. You don't have the character to carry it, honey. Right? Anyway, we shall see. Maybe he got to get involved in that, and he can talk about that for a goddamn 2 years, girl. Because he don't give them nothing. I don't know why they always up in his ass, because he don't give them shit. All you're going to get out of Jay Wilson is them damn $10 super chats, girl. And that's all so you can see him. He can be noticed. God made turtles too. That's right. Oh, yes. The wonders of life, though, honey. When you look at some of them nature channels and you say, how did God come up with all this? These beautiful animals, all these dogs. What, he got 100 different breeds of dogs. They're also gorgeous. All the wild animals, all the different kind of fish that all have an assignment of how they survive. It's beautiful. And all the humans want to do is bitch and complain about the other humans. Can't get along in the fish pond. Hey, OG Beauty. I ain't seen you in a little bit. You finally caught alive? Are you the working woman? Okay. Rhonda McGee. Thank y'all for coming in on today. Everybody. Oh, yeah, he don't pay no, but I bet you he gonna pay them bills. Gag order have produced. He gonna pay the bills that the gag order produced? You talk about Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, please. It amazes me that person was the president of the United States. He should have been a car salesman. We're going to build a big, beautiful wall. Keep them out. Big, beautiful wall. That was his announcement. They bought it, honey. They took to it. Beach and Uppity. What's going on? Beach and Uppity is going at it? Are they arguing the thing? Mm-hmm. Miss Wilson get his fat feet in there, girl. Flat feet. He's a flat foot brother. He gonna put some flat feet in their business, girl. I'm a flat foot brother. Jay Wilson, why don't you auction off them boots, nigga? You got off the boat. I might buy them, girl, just to keep them. I can put them up, show you what he wears. A flat foot brother. Mm. Same, and he's same gender loving. Mm. Y'all need to challenge him. Jay Wilson, what do you mean you're same gender loving? Honey, what the fuck you mean? That's something that well, it's been coined by, I don't remember the person, but in our church, a lot of the women use that language. They've been in relationships, though. They love somebody, honey. But universal language is gay. Why can't he just say he's gay? Why has it got to be something different, right? Oh, that's the white people. That's the white. Well, girl, when we got gay marriage, was that the black people? You only want to join forces when it's beneficial. You're gay, nigga. That's what it is. You guess gay. It's universal language. You go to London, it's gay. You go to Paris, it's gay. You go to Africa, it's gay. It's just gay, 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 honey. What are you fighting against, girl? Is it still that self-loathing, that deep intercession? Same gender love it. I'm same gender love it. Right. Oh, come on here. Somebody he met a week ago talking about he got a partner. Little bitch. Y'all must not be making no plans. You ain't got a whole lot more time left, Jay Wilson. I mean, let's face it. You are in your mid-50s. You say you got a partner. You in love and all that shit. I think it's time to tie the knot. What do you think? In the gay world, it wasn't always gay marriage, but they at least live together. If they're gonna say they're somebody's partner, and he's the top. I hope you didn't buy that bullshit, TW. I don't know why we had to know about your sexual desires, girl. That's from your self-hatred, honey. You thought people would react better if you were top. Nobody comes out, oh, I'm a bisexual. I'm a top. I'm a top. I ain't like them. I ain't like them. I've been with a woman. What year was that, nigga? And who was the aggressor, girl? Eat it, motherfucker. Oh, please, mistress. Them types is the freakiest motherfuckers, girl. He probably going to dominatrix getting his ass whooped. So you know he done nothing wrong. You failed. You failed. You failed. Oh, I'm sorry, mistress. I'm sorry, Mary. What? Oh, mistress. You do circumcisions, ooh, and work for tips. Oh, that's Superman. Superman Russ. Hi, Superman Russ. Rhonda McGee, he say he a fat foot brother. Because we caught him with them flat feet, girl. Yeah. We caught him, we made pictures of him. Anyway, people, I got things to do today. Thank y'all for coming in. I always appreciate you. We'll talk later. Y'all go over there and see Miss Property Bonafide. She's so happy. Why, she gonna be going off in about 10 minutes.